What's up, Black Healing Matters family? Danielle here from the Black Healing Matters podcast, where we offer you ideas to hopefully move you one step closer to your healing. Happy Friday to you. And actually, it's not Friday, it is Saturday. So I am one day off, and I apologize because I am in New York. Yes, still in New York, living the New York lifestyle. So yesterday, I couldn't come to you yesterday, and I apologize. I'm a day late, but I actually gathered some information for you yesterday because I was busy. So yesterday, I was invited to a very exclusive VIP event called the Frieze Art Fair. And Frieze is spelled Frieze, Frieze Art Fair on Randall Island Park in New York City. And you literally have to take a 20-minute ferry ride from East River over to this small island, which is basically a park that has been taken over by a gigantic art fair. And so this art fair features famous artists, best of the best, from all over the world. And of course, you can imagine me being there, one of the only Black people in the crowd. It was a very interesting experience. Not just being the only Black person, and again, there were others, but there were a few of us, but also seeing who was there, seeing what their interests were, and how much money they were willing to spend on these pieces. And this event was actually sponsored by Deutsche Bank and BMW. And that, of course, tells you a lot about the clientele who was there. And so on today's Finance Friday, here on the Black Healing Matters podcast, I want to introduce you, maybe for the first time, to the idea of collecting art. So, you probably heard of art collections and thought, that's just for rich people. Well, of course, yes, you do need some money to invest in art. I'm not saying that at all. However, you have to have money to invest in just about anything. And just like everything else, there are ways to get started on the low. And if you have it, great, but if you don't, today I'm going to give you a few tips on how you or me, average person, can get involved in dealing art, or rather investing in art. Okay. And so we all know that, again, an art collection can be an amazing investment. If you remember the Jay-Z song, when he said, I bought some artwork worth 1 million. A few years later, it's worth 2 million. And a few years later, it's worth like 5 million. So art does appreciate very well in value, and it can be a great investment. Again, yesterday, I was really blown away by how many people were there. Not just, looking at art, but you could tell they were evaluating art for investment purposes. There's even a wealth management room, like a lounge, hosted by Deutsche Bank for the people who were purchasing art. So one way that you can get into purchasing art on the low, without, spending an arm and a leg, is to put your money into an art fund. So an art fund, similar to like a professionally managed mutual fund or any other private investment fund, you are basically putting money together with other people that you probably don't know. And it's a fund, like a mutual fund, where you get together and you invest in art pieces. Of course, this means you don't have to spend anywhere near as much money. I mean, not even enough money for like one piece, So, of course, this is something to look into, but it could be a really, really good option. And the last option I'll give you today is to make your own partnerships. If you're interested in art if this is something that you have a passion for, or you've just got some interest in, and you have other friends who are also sharing that interest, then why not create or start a private investment partnership where you guys just go in on different pieces of art. And of course, when you decide to sell it collectively, you get to share in the gains. Okay? All right, Black Healing Matters family. I hope that was helpful to you. I have been loving New York. I'm staying in Harlem with a great friend, and it's been a really great experience to see how other people live, not just here in Harlem, but also again at the Frieze Art Fair, where obviously these people are very wealthy. Some of them are clearly very wealthy, and what they're interested in and what they're doing. Like it's very interesting to be privy to other worlds. And with that, I encourage you all of us to reach out and step out and really just try to experience other worlds. It can't hurt, it really has broadened my horizons quite a lot, because honestly, I wasn't thinking about art investment before yesterday, but after seeing that art and seeing how much money is on the table, and yeah, there's obviously something to this. All right, Black Healing Matters family, I love you. Please stay connected to me. I will be back at you on Monday. And I will be hopefully in Korea at that point, but probably not. I'll be flying to Korea at that point, so I'll maybe have to pre-record that episode. And on that note, I love you. Stay connected, stay blessed, and as always, Black Healing Matters.
The podcast you just heard was recorded with Anchor. If you want to make your own, download the Android or iOS app completely free from anchor.fm/podcast. That's anchor.fm/podcast.